Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and we're looking at Assault on Karelia. I really like the Encounter and Assault game modes because they offer a wide array for creativity. We're in the T-34-1. This is the Tier 7 Chinese medium. This tank has a base view range of 370. I do have optics on it, and it also has my high-powered Type 59 crew. At the beginning of the game, I want to find their tactical deployments, which will determine a lot of what I do next. A couple of things to find out: are they flooding one side, and are they playing defensive or counter-assault? Those will be strong factors influencing my play. Assault on Karelia is mostly a view range struggle. The defender's spawn point doesn't have a lot to fully enclose the spawn from being shot at, but it does have a lot of foliage and it has a lot of empty distance, so if you're not spotted you can be practically invisible while shooting. Here one of my teammates, a T-34-85, is actually going to move into a very advantageous position. There's a ramp there that allows you to go up and peek into the enemy spawn. Immediately he sees a leopard in the swampy area that we can take out, so we'll have more free movement within that zone leading up to their spawn. The KV-1S in the distance offers another example of how open the defenders really are when they're spotted. The trick, of course, is spotting them, and so what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to probe the perimeter. I know the T-34-85 that I pointed out before is pretty safe, and it looks like he has not been spotted within the swamp. So I'm going to make my way up there and try to peek into the enemy spawn. I stumble across the SU-100, who thought he was pretty safe down in that valley, but now he realizes it's actually really open. The naked T-29 is example 5445 of how difficult it is to try and be useful as the defender when you can be spotted and shot from so many locations and angles. I have a very strong opinion that the defenders on this map really need to do a counter push in order to survive. I've never seen passive defense here work at all. This T-34-85, who started out the game performing really well, has kind of taken a break from spotting inside the spawn point, so I'm going to come up here and try and help him out a little bit. I had hoped to spot some of the tanks on the right of me. That didn't happen, so I'm actually going to leave the T-34-85. Hopefully he will pop out and light up some enemies. And I'm going to try and see if I can't get the east side to push in a little bit. Your teammates are generally going to be afraid of the unknown, and so your teammates won't advance into areas where they don't know what's ahead of them. A lot of times people will be held off by one tank just because they're afraid of unknown tanks. If you light up the enemies in front of them and they can see that, oh, we vastly outnumber the enemy in front of us, it gives them a greater source of courage. So here we light up the Tiger and the IS-6, allowing our teammates to advance. My spotting has encouraged a KV-5 to the right of me to make a little bit of a push. That's very encouraging. For the most part, however, the tanks in front of us are fairly in the open. The Tiger is losing hit points pretty quickly, and the T-34-85 and the AT-8 in front of us will be shot from several directions as well. The west flank is making gains into the enemy spawn. There are a few tanks that we quite haven't spotted yet. I spot Artie, and I'm just able to eke a shot out over the hill. He's in a not great location, but what is he going to do? It's so open back there. There's nowhere to hide. At this point, it's just a matter of time. As long as I don't risk myself unnecessarily, the people in the defending spawn can't spot the snipers on the hill, and they can't shoot the spotters like myself. This T-34 in front having problems sums up the situation nicely. In Assault it's very difficult because he has to protect himself from the east, from the west, from the hill where I am, and from the donut. In the normal game mode, you can protect yourself from the donut and the people in front of you, because that's all you have to worry about. From here on out, we actually don't lose another tank. It's important to note that the enemy really didn't make too many tactical mistakes. They just made a strategic one. They thought, at being the defenders, that they had to defend. And they didn't sit back and think, okay, can we defend here? Is this good ground to defend on? And the answer is no. They should have led a counter-assault either up the east or west hill. I hope you learned something about Assault on Karelia. Happy hunting!